So if you're asked to divide these polynomials using long division, first remember that this is the divisor. This is the thing we're trying to divide. So the divisor always goes, the divisor always goes here. And the thing you're trying to divide always goes here. So now we have them in the appropriate place. We can go through long division. And with long division, your goal is to find a number, you put the number up here, so that it multiplies to this number to give you this number here. Okay, we're trying to imagine a number to multiply to this, the leading term, to make it be this first term in here. That number is a 4m. Oops, actually, I prefer to write that back here on top of the m power. Okay, and I'm choosing 4m because 4 times 2 gives me 8, and m times m squared gives me m to the third. So I write that product down here. After I multiply, I write it down here. And then you have to carry through and multiply everything else. So 4m times negative 3m gives you negative 12m squared. And then 4m times 6 gives you 24m. Okay, and then in order to make some terms cancel out, we have to subtract. Okay, so sometimes it's nice to write a little note. We're subtracting so we don't forget. 8m minus 8m makes nothing, just like we wanted. We wanted those to cancel out. And here's where we have a negative subtracted a negative, so watch out for that. Negative 18m squared subtracted by negative 12m squared. So that's really negative 18m squared plus 12m squared. We have negative 6m squared left over. And I got 37m subtracted by 24m. And it gives you 13m. And then with long division, in order to go to the next step, you got to carry down so you have the same number of terms over here. We had 3 over here, so to keep going to the next step, we need to have 3. So I'm going to carry down that negative 13. Okay, and then we repeat the process. So we grab 4m because that times this gave us our leading term. Now our leading term is negative 6m squared. So up here, I'm going to put a negative 3. Because negative 3 times 2 gives me negative 6. So let's carry through with that multiplication. I'll use red this time. Negative 3 times 2 gives us negative 6m squared. So that negative 3 times negative 3m, the negative times the negative is a positive. And then negative 3 times 6 gives us negative 18. Again, we got to use subtraction. Okay, so if we subtract these, negative 6m squared subtracted by a negative 6m squared perfectly cancels out. And then we have 13m subtracted by 9m, that gives us 4m. And then we have negative 13 subtracted by negative 18, so that's negative 13 plus 18. That's 5. Took me a second there. And so since you don't have a third term to bring down, this has to be a remainder because you can't keep going. You don't have 3 terms to match up with the 3 terms you have over here. So the way you write your final answer in fraction form is to do a plus 4m minus 5. That's all being divided by our divisor. There we go. There's our final. That's messy. There's our final answer.